Hey everyone, this is the Joker from before, and I'm here with McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Gold Label Collection, Dark Knight Trilogy, Build a Bane Wave, and it's all been Jokerized, including me. That's right, Todd got to me, and now I've been transformed into hang on, I wrote this down, creatively bankrupt, cynical, lazy cash grab. That's right, isn't it? That's what people have been saying. So I guess we're here to look at these figures. Hey, have you noticed that they've been doing a bunch of Jokerized figures lately? Anybody notice this? I'm pretty sure people have noticed this because it seems like a lot of folks are just losing their minds over these things. Now, let's all just take a deep breath, and if these Joker figures are something that's been bothering you lately, let me just put your anxieties at ease by explaining something very important. This wave of Jokerized repaints and the other recent Jokerized repaints, we need to understand that they're not putting these out instead of new figures. We're not getting, we understand that, right? That we're not getting this instead of Zatanna or Plastic Man, right? These are filler, they're not vital to your DC collection, and they're not taking the place of new figures, new characters, new sculpts. We're still going to be getting the same amount of new characters and sculpts that we have always been getting. Folks have been getting big mad about these Jokerized figures, and look, it's completely within their right to do so. I'm not going to try to convince somebody to like something that they don't like, but I absolutely will make fun of people for having little baby meltdowns in the comment section over just some silly little trifles of repaints. You know, they say it's a cash grab, they say it's lazy, they say it's creatively bankrupt, they say nobody likes them. You know, let's look at these old chestnuts that people like to throw out. All right, I mean, first up, cash grab. I don't think you need to be a business major to understand that the point of most companies is to make money. They want to give you a product, and in return, you give them money. And then they, quote unquote, grab that cash, right? Let's move on to the next point. I'm just, for the record, I'm extremely annoyed that I have to be explaining this stuff. Now, the next old chestnut that people like to throw around, creative bankruptcy or laziness. People are very quick to categorize other people's work as lazy, and it's difficult to prove that somebody was being lazy when they were doing a job that you can barely comprehend. And most of us don't actually know all the ins and outs of what goes into creating these figures. New or repainted, we weren't there. We don't know the time or monetary restraints the creators were operating under. We don't know if they half-assed it or if they ran out of money. It's just very rarely a fair thing to accuse somebody else of being lazy. But as far as creativity, these actually are pretty creative. Glow-in-the-dark, blacklight gimmicks, those to me seem a little lower effort. But this concept, the Jokerized repaints, I think it actually is a pretty clever way to get a little extra mileage out of the molds that you have. For one, it actually makes more sense in universe than a blacklight variant or sketch edition variant. Actually, that's not entirely fair. If it was the Schumacher verse, blacklight variants actually would make sense. And I mean, let's face the facts. Reuse of molds, it's going to happen. It's an inevitability. But from my point of view, putting out a Joker-themed repaint that would be very easy to pass on if you're not interested in it, to me, that's actually less cynical than just reusing a bunch of these parts and calling it a new character. To me, that's not very fun. I'm supposed to be getting a new character, but I know already what the experience is going to be when I get it out of the box. And then finally, the last point that people love to throw out in the comments section, that people don't like these. Actually, yeah, they do. They like them a lot. They kind of end up selling out the ass. Maybe where you're at, you see them peg warming here or there. Ultimately, that is anecdotal. These are selling out the ass. Like, they sell so well that they were doing these standalone ones with the playing cards. They've added more to the rotation, an entire Build-A-Fig wave of Jokerized repaints. When you go on YouTube and Instagram and you see mobs of people in the comments kind of all making the same complaints and criticisms, it's easy to think, oh, that's the majority. That's how the way the majority of people feel. But that's not actually the majority. The majority of people scroll by and they like it or they don't like it, and they buy it or they don't buy it. That's what silent majority means. They're not having public freakouts in the comments section of a toy channel on YouTube. But the truth of the matter is, Joker sells, baby. And we should be glad that they sell, because Todd making his money back on all the steel molds that he pays to have cast, that's how we get new steel molds for new characters, new figures. And like anybody else out there, I want Zatanna, and I want Plastic Man, and I want Kite Man, and I want Condiment King, etc., etc. But we gotta weather this stuff in order to get that new stuff. We don't have to buy this. We just gotta let it come and go and wait it out until we see something we like, right? So just just chill the fuck out, right? You are entitled to your opinion, and you absolutely should voice your opinion, and voicing our opinion is how we ultimately get the manufacturer to make the changes that we want to see. Just quit throwing a shit fit over this stuff. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, but toy collecting kind of has a reputation for being kind of a juvenile pastime. Gee, I wonder why. It's not helping when people are having a temper tantrum over stuff that they don't even want. This is just such an incredibly stupid battle to fight. It's not affecting the DC Multiverse line at large. Look at the release schedule. Look at when the real new stuff with new characters, new sculpts, look at when that stuff comes out. You know, we get a Build-A-Fig wave of 4, technically 5 figures quarterly. And then they stagger another wave of like 4 or 6. Then every 6 weeks, 2 months or so, they get there's a mini wave of 2. Usually it's gaming related. Now we're getting the Page Punchers wave of 4 quarterly. And then, give or take, throw in some Megafigs vehicles here and there. That's pretty much when the new stuff comes out. Everything else in between is just filler. They're just trying to get the mileage out of the molds. Call it a cash grab. No shit, they want to make money. You can get what I'm saying, right? It's kind of a generalization, but it's mostly accurate. You don't have to agree with me. In fact, I've made it very easy for you to discredit me. If you don't agree with me, I'm literally wearing clown makeup. Anyway, let's get on to reviewing these figures. They're fine. They're repaints. Actually, you know what? No, they're better than fine. They're pretty fun. This Joker, this would make a great civilian body. This guy is just begging to be like a heavy in a Joker gang. This dude, they really actually went pretty hard with. It's pretty cool. This guy just plain rocks, no question about it. And then this, guys, we can tell that when we look at this that it looks stupid. Yeah, I know it looks stupid. They know it looks stupid. It's clearly stupid on purpose. They didn't get all the way to this point where they got the figure, the paint sample in hand, and were like, oh, oops, it looks stupid. They did it on purpose. It's supposed to look dumb. Anyway, if you like them, you like them. If you don't, you don't. Who cares?